Hello, WorldPen fans. Today we're going to look at descriptions in your novel, or the lack thereof. One common problem I've seen in writing of new writers is not to give many descriptions in your novel. From the descriptions, or the lack thereof, the rooms are all just plain white rooms like this one. Because there isn't given enough description of the scene, readers are just seeing the scene like a white room, like that. Because even if you have really good ideas for what the room looks like in your head, if you don't include that in your writing so that the reader knows as well, knowing all that yourself is kind of useless. So the scenes just look like white rooms, the characters look like silhouettes because you don't give many descriptions for the characters, and so the reader doesn't exactly know where he is, what everything looks like, and thus doesn't have a very good background for your writing. So what's the solution? The key is to fight against this idea, to give more descriptions, so that the reader better knows what's happening in your novel. Now, what I'm not trying to say is that you have to be like Dickens and write just 3 pages just describing just one scene, like this.
Tellson's Bank by Temple Bar was an old-fashioned place even in the year 1780. It was very small, very dark, very ugly, very incommodious. It was an old-fashioned place. Moreover, in the moral attribute of the partners in the house were proud of its smallness, proud of its darkness, proud of its ugliness, proud of its incommodialness. They were even boastful of its eminence in those particulars, and were fired by an express conviction that if it were less objectionable, it would be less respected.
Now, don't get me wrong. I like Dickens. I think his writing was good back then, and I enjoy it still today. But in today's modern publishing world, if you write 3 pages just describing one scene or do something like that, chances are you're doing it wrong, just because Dickens wasn't writing for the modern audience, and the modern audience doesn't really go for Dickens. So as we can see, as with a lot of other things in life, the key here is to strike a balance. Give descriptions so that your reader knows what's going on, but don't overwhelm them with it. Tell us key things about the scene just so that we have a mental image of what all the important things are. And try to be poetic in the descriptions of the scenes. Try to give your book beauty. Paint the scenes well, and that will add much to your novel.